Hello and welcome to Disney and Stuff. I'm your host, James. This is my wife, Rebecca.
Good evening.
Friday the 13th trip. Crowds?
None.
No.
Very little. It took us, I did say it was a 15-minute wait for Millennium Falcon, and it took us 10 to get on. Most rides were just a walk-on. There was no line, and that includes the Haunted Mansion almost all day long. I think it got up to a half an hour at one point.
We checked the app in the morning because we decided to catch a train. And according to the app, the wait for the train was 30 minutes. We got off in Toontown and let the conductor know, according to your app, your wait time is 30 minutes. And
it was only 20.
No, it was only 20. I mean, the train was practically empty. There was nobody at the stations.
Yeah, even the train was empty almost all day.
No, not
almost. I said.
Yeah, almost all day. There was a couple hours there in the afternoon where the train was full.
Yes, from 3 to 5, and it's always like that from 3 to 5. That's when everybody thinks they want to go sit on it for a while and just relax.
Yep. Man. No, I mean, when the longest wait time is a half an hour, I mean, the train said a half an hour, Space Mountain said a half an hour. Big Thunder was a walk-on.
So was Roger Rabbit.
Roger Rabbit was a walk-on. There was nobody in line.
No. And almost all the rides were like that, so... But that's what the crowds are like on Friday the 13th. It's just, there's hardly ever a crowd.
Yep.
Our state is filled with superstitious people, which I think is hilarious. And yes, I take advantage of that fact.
But I've also been seeing reports that, even today, the park's not crowded.
Yeah. I think that's because of how close we are to them releasing the passes.
Yeah.
And yes, we will be getting ours. So we're going to do ours online rather than in person. Okay, so the gripe going around that everybody is complaining about, and I take issue with as well, is before the closure, the carts stayed open till an hour before closing. Now they're closing at 9. Okay, that is 2 full hours in the park with nothing to drink.
And nothing really to eat. You
can get popcorn or a churro, but you ain't getting anything to wash it down with.
Hi, Katrina!
Hey, sweetie. That's our baby.
No, the park hasn't done the Halloween changes yet. The Halloween changes will not be up until September 3rd. That is, you will find some Halloween merchandise in World of Disney, in Downtown Disney. Maybe a few items scattered throughout the parks. But the Halloween changes has not come about. They will do them. They expect to be done September 3rd. That's when Halloween officially starts.
And that is when we intend to go next. We were going to do a end of the month trip just after getting our pass. But then we got the notice for the tags on the car.
Yeah.
Tags are not cheap. I have to buy the tags for the car.
Not for our car. They're not cheap. They don't cost as much as my daughter's.
Hey, it depends on the kind of car you've got and
what they classify it as.
Yes. But,
and how old it is.
Yeah. We have a newer car. It's not very old.
Nope, it's 5 years old.
And so, I assume at some point it'll go down in price, but, what can you do until then?
Yeah. Enjoy yourself.
Yes.
Love you too, Katrina. There were no crowds. It was the last day of our 3-day ticket.
So we did use that up, which we wanted to do before we got the passes. So
basically because, when we got the ticket, they told us straight up, and it's in the fine print that you cannot upgrade that ticket.
And that goes upgrade to anything, not a 5-day, not, you can't add more days after, nothing.
No. I mean, we had the 1-day tickets and wanted to upgrade to the 3-day, 1 park per day ticket, which we did. And, you know, we spent 2 trips at Disneyland, 1 trip at DCA. And for those who are saying you can get another boarding pass for Rise of the Resistance, no, you can't.
No.
I
You can only
tried.
have 1 per day. He logged into it, tried, and it says you have exceeded your limit for the day.
Yep,
1. That's how many you're allowed. Okay.
exactly. You're allowed 1. And because I logged in at noon and tried for it, and we had, we had done our limit for the day. There you go. Now you're
Yeah, I'm
sitting.
tall.
Now you're sitting higher.
Yeah, and I can't reach the floor though.
No, but I'm sure if we had park hopper tickets, I could have.
Yeah, you can one in each park, but no, you cannot get 2 for the same ride in the same day.
Nope. I tried
We tried. We wanted to see if we could or not.
because we heard the rumor.
I've heard other people say that they did, and now I know they lied because you cannot.
Yep. Because it would not let me continue with the 2 passes that were chosen, saying that we've exceeded our limit for the day for this ride.
Yep.
How? Okay. But no, I mean, the only land we didn't hit anything in is Fantasyland. We even rode the Matterhorn. But what's your thoughts on the Matterhorn?
Ow. Ow, my back. Even first thing in the morning, ow, my back. I think I'm too old for that now. And that's not because it was crowded in Fantasyland. We just didn't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Snow White was at a 10. And I think this is the first time I've ever seen Snow White at a 10 since they reopened her.
Yeah, Snow White was at a 10.
Peter Pan was at a 10, I think. From the
No.
looks of the line, it looked to be a 10.
Peter Pan, according to the app, was 15.
Oh, okay, 15. 15 minutes. What does that tell you?
The longest I saw Peter Pan go up to was 20.
Yeah.
And that ride usually garners a 45 to an hour wait all day long.
I'm telling you, Friday the 13th, that's when you want to go.
Yeah.
Nice, no crowd.
No. You're there at Rope Drop and you see a whole bunch, and you walk in, you're expecting to be more towards Main Street.
No, we were way over by the bathrooms next to, which one of the restaurants is that at the edge of Tomorrowland that I keep forgetting the name of?
Oh, I forget
Is
if
that
that's
the Carnation or the
I forget if that's Plaza Inn. I think that's
Plaza Inn? It's
that's
the one that
Plaza
does
Inn.
the character breakfast.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're standing past that.
And then we get close to opening, and for the first time since we've been going, Disney was late opening up.
I know that almost a full 4 minutes.
For the first time, they didn't open at 8.
I don't know
It
what
was
happened.
it was 8:00. By the time they dropped the rope, it was 8:04.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the first time I've ever seen them be late because usually they're very punctual. We headed for Space Mountain,
What went right on it?
got right on it, and then we headed over to the Matterhorn.
Mm-hmm. And walked right on that too.
Yeah, basically.
What do you hey? Yeah, even that was a walk on. I don't know why they had both sides open. It made no sense to me. Both sides are open. Let's have it at a 5-minute wait.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh.
Wonderful, though. The trip was extremely amazing, but here's the downside for me at
Let's
least.
turn that on. You put it over here on this and I'll turn it on.
Sorry. Disneyland. We went on Friday the 13th, and they had increased hours from closing at 10 o'clock at night to closing at 11 o'clock at night. Uh, it's gonna take some time for us to get used to going with the again because we sat and didn't go for more than a year. Uh, we're not used to it. Uh, we weren't when it was open till 9 o'clock. Yeah, okay. It took it out of me. I was a little tired the next day. Because it was open from 9 to 9. I was a little tired the next day. That's okay. I'm used to that. Then they started opening up at 8. And it went 8 to 10. I was like, okay, so we stayed till closing. We stayed a half an hour extra on Main Street to avoid the crowds that are leaving, so we weren't doing the drum march. But give Disney credit, they changed the music on the path, the tram path, to it's no longer marching music, now it's happy music.
Yes.
I guess they caught wind of what people were saying, about the music they were playing. So now the music you hear in the Esplanade is also the music that you hear walking the tram route. Now, people have been asking about the trams. Don't expect them back anytime soon.
No. I think we'll get the monorail back before we get the trams back, honestly.
Yeah, me too. But they have some work to do on the monorail track.
Actually, no. It looked like they got most of it done. Because I was looking at it, even the parks in downtown Disney that needed it when we were over heading to the Earl of Sandwich to eat.
Yeah.
It looks like they finally got the pillars done.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the black train smoke section there by...
Okay, that takes one night to bleach off.
Yeah. Clean off.
Oh, no, they have to bleach it off. And it takes a day and a half to come back.
Yeah.
So it's not like it stays, Doesn't stay clean.
No, it doesn't stay clean, but that section of the electrical section does stay clean because the monorail's running and the brushes clean that part of the track.
Yes.
They have to clean that before the monorail will run. Otherwise,
yes, clean out all the soot first.
Otherwise, the monorail will lose power.
Yes.
So there's that. So, yeah, I figure we'll probably get the monorail back before we get the trams back. There's still a lot of word about them being short-staffed.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm. But they're expecting to be back at full staff by the end of the year.
Yeah, but it's not going to be full staff the way we're used to.
They're trying. They are holding mass hiring events.
Yeah, I'd love for them to get back to 32,000 employees.
Yes.
Where everything's open, there's cash registers open, people can pay cash instead of having the mobile order. Now, I've asked Disney about that. I'm still waiting for a response about that.
I don't think they have an answer. I don't think when they know when they can get enough staff to run the registers at the Red Rose Tavern. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not a proper response, so we're just not answering.
They're not allowed to say that there, Disney.
No. Is that the answer you want? I don't know.
No, the answer I want is we are working on the situation. Okay. That's the answer I want.
Okay, that is the answer we got in person.
Yeah.
And for anybody who wants to know, yes, they are still hiring skippers for the Jungle Cruise.
Yep.
No, speaking of the Jungle Cruise, we were getting on the other night and they had a code V. So we had to get back off and wait for another boat.
Yep.
Because somebody took their kid who wasn't feeling well and put them on a water boat. Mm-hmm. Nice. If your kid has an upset stomach, taking them on there is probably not a good idea.
Probably not.
Well, not in that kid's case, it wasn't.
No, not in that kid. What's the code? Well, a code V
is vomit.
Is vomit.
Yeah. Nastiness, and that's why we use the letter V instead of the actual word vomit.
Yep. And the cast members, when we said, when me and my wife said, "Oh, we have a code V," the cast members kind of perked up and said, "How the heck do you know about that code?"
Because it's not the first one I've walked up on, okay?
No.
The haunted mansion, okay, I had to pull this one back. He's trying to walk into the open elevator. Honey, back up. They're standing in front of a V. Oh, come here. Back. Somebody threw up in the elevator. I know, not elevator. Half shaft.
Half shaft.
Stretching room. Somebody threw up in one of the stretching rooms. Because we come across it. I've ran into it on Casey Jr.
Yep.
I don't know what any of the other codes are. If you would like to know that, you can always apply for a job there.
Yeah, no doubt.
They'll teach them all to you, including the words you're allowed to use to tell a person off.
Have a Disney day.
Have a magical day. Uh-huh. Oh. That means you pee-peed off the cast member.
Yeah.
They tell you to have a Disney day. You need to check your attitude, okay?
We've come across a couple of guests who wound up being told to have a Disney day, on which we apologize to the cast members for their behavior.
Yes.
And, so I have a simple question for you that we know you can answer. And, asked them the question. We got the answer we were looking for. And then told them, I hope that you don't have to deal with any more people like you did before us.
Yes.
We
do our best to try to make their day better.
Yeah. When I see people, what would you call them? They're cast members. They wear all white. They go around and in trash.
They're maintenance. The custodial. They're maintenance. They're
the custodial crew. When I see one emptying the trash, I usually stop and catch their name badge and tell them, "Thank you for everything you do. You keep our park beautiful."
Yes, and we actually thank them by name.
Yeah, and I really appreciate that. It's me letting them know that I appreciate what they do.
Yes.
And I really wish more people would do that.
Or at least not disrespect them and drop the trash on the ground right in front of them while they're trying to clean up and change the trash can.
Yeah, no doubt. People like that need to be hit upside the head with a 2x4.
Yes, but we're not allowed to smack those people because then they'll make us leave.
Yeah.
I'd like to sometimes, but I'm not allowed to.
Last thing I wanted to be banned from my happy place.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not getting banned because somebody else is a jerk. Yeah, I'm still working on those temper issues once in a while.
At least nobody fell in her lap.
No. And how was the food this time, since we had chosen 3 or 4 different places to eat from?
Well, we went to Hungry Bear for lunch.
Okay, don't get the gluten-free. It's all dried out now. It was too dry of a burger at that point because of the gluten-free. I think they gluten-free the hamburger itself and not the bun. Ooh, that didn't taste right. I'm not asking for that again. I'll just take the heartburn pill. But other than that, no, it was good. I liked the fries. The burger was tolerable enough to finish eating.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we went into downtown Disney and ate dinner at the Earl's Sandwich. And I did try one of the salads. I had the Cobb salad. And, oh, that is a big salad, though. And so,
yeah, when you're thinking a Cobb salad from Earl's Sandwich,
better be hungry.
You better be hungry.
But, oh, it was good.
I had my usual Earl's Club.
You want a hot sandwich in this weather. I don't know why.
I'm looking to keep my vitamin K level up.
That's fine. There was tomato in my salad. Don't act like there wasn't.
Yes, there was tomato in your salad, but there was tomato on my glove.
Yeah.
There was not tomato on my hamburger.
Nope. And I don't know why. I don't know why your double doesn't have the same. You know what? Come to think of it, mine didn't have tomato on it either. It had lettuce. I think we're having a tomato shortage. And so they're saving them for the salads.
Yeah, that's not the first time that's happened.
Come to think of it, the price of tomatoes had gone up when we were at the store. So,
Yeah, just what we need.
hey, I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know why.
Neither do I.
It usually straightens itself out in a month or two.
Yep.
Now, I am looking forward to seeing if we get any new seasonal items next month with the holiday season.
Hopefully a new travel mug.
I wouldn't mind a new travel mug, but I like the seasonal foods.
Yeah.
Lots of seasonal foods. Maybe we'll finally try that sour apple churro this year.
Wouldn't that be something?
We can split one. It comes with, I pay the extra 50 cents and we get the caramel dipping sauce too.
Yeah.
Sour apple churro and caramel dipping sauce.
Yeah, there you go. It all depends. You know, we're hoping to see some seasonal foods come back
Yes.
for the Halloween season. You know, the stores are going to be full of merchandise. The World of Disney already is. The dress shop is.
Oh, what merchandise do they have that I don't have? What, a cup, a shirt, I have a glow-in-the-dark travel mug. I have a glow-in-the-dark Disney shirt from a few Halloweens back. I have some Haunted Mansion merchandise, including the limited edition jackets. You know they stopped selling those after a month and a half, right?
Yes.
That fancy one with Madame Leota on it. Ooh, I'm glad we could afford to snag that when we did, especially knowing they aren't selling it anymore.
Yeah.
They had intended to put it in, what's it, the Pieces of 8, where they sell all the Haunted Mansion stuff? Over in that area.
Yeah.
And after a month and a half, they had sold out and they just quit. It never made it in the park. So those of us that bought it in downtown Disney just before they opened the park back up are the ones that got it. It was originally supposed to be released last year. Now, what they should have done is waited to sell it until what did we do for, 65 for the Haunted Mansion this year? 60, 62, something like that. Anyway, they should have waited till the Haunted Mansion's birthday to do it, which was last week.
52.
52. Okay, it was last week.
Oh. Would you show off your Disney cups?
Okay.
Show off your Disney cup.
I have small mugs like this. I have 2 small mugs like this. And then I have the travel mugs, which I have, it's got to be at least 100 or more travel mugs that I have collected over the last 18 years since they started selling them. Eventually, I'm going to get a second big bookshelf like that, and I'm just going to stack them all back there.
Yeah, one's out of the shed, one's out of the backyard.
Don't say the patio like it's the back, like I just pitched them out in the yard.
They are out of their bag on the patio.
I know that, but at least they're on the patio. They're covered. And then I have all the ones in the cupboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could fill up the tall 6-foot bookshelf behind me. I have that many.
And there's that. I do my best to spoil my wife Disney style. We went one time and she wore her flip-flops, and then it got kind of cool in the evening and her feet got cold and she forgot to pack her house shoes. Mm-hmm. So she's got a pair of Minnie Mouse house shoes,
which are years old now and worn out. They got no oomph left in the bottom. Seriously, you're not comfy no more.
That's your fault.
Oh, yeah, it's my fault because I wore them to pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did. And oh, and then I have the one I showed off. Was it in the video last month, or that I showed off the metal cup that I had just gotten from New Orleans Square?
That was last month.
Yeah.
The cup you had just gotten from New Orleans Square, the one that.
Yes, the pretty metal one from the Midgela bar.
Yeah.
I've got all kinds of Disney cups.
She's just a little Disney spoiled. And that's
yeah,
on me.
Yeah, mister. How many t-shirts?
3.
Mm-hmm. And how much did our fancy AP only collector's 65th t-shirt cost? The one you don't even wear because it.
The one I wore. Oh, excuse
The
me.
one you.
4.
Yeah, the
4.
one you barely wear because it has no pocket. And how expensive was that one?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, so
It's as expensive as your Disney shirts.
yeah, see, we're both Disney spoiled. Is what he won't tell you. I buy him plenty of Disney stuff too.
It all depends.
Yeah.
If there's something I want.
Yeah.
You know, we went to AP Corner.
Speaking of things you want, you're not buying the pennies anymore because of what they did to those stupid machines.
Well, you did say that you spotted machines that still took the 2 quarters and a penny
Yes.
over there in the bazaar in
Yeah.
Adventureland.
Because they haven't figured out how to swap those machines because it's built into the concrete. They can't figure out how to swap those machines to the new ones. The old wiring will not sync up with the new hardware. So until they figure out how to do that,
Keep it as it is. I'm planning on going on September 3rd. So I'm going to go over there and check those machines to see if there's pennies I don't have. I have $4 in quarters, but there are $6 worth of machines there.
so peeking
Okay.
over the wall in Toontown,
Oh,
does it look that bad seeing all the tore up ground? Because you got a closer view than I did. I could see the vehicles and the tore up ground from where I was when we got on Gadgets Go Coaster.
what you saw is what I saw. It
It looks weird seeing it all tore up because they're trying to put in the
queue.
well, not just the queue, but the entrance and everything else for the new ride over there.
Yeah, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like I tried to go live while we were there, but
Apparently, he cannot figure out how to do on his phone, so we're going to have somebody walk him through it.
I do not have, as far as I know, I do not have that option on my phone.
We will figure it out at some point.
It's, you know, I wanted to go live and talk to you guys while we were there, show you, you know, empty Disneyland.
Yeah. Should have snapped some pictures, though, at least.
Yeah, and I didn't think about
Speaking of pictures, I forgot to get the one from the train station at Toontown looking down because they are redoing the walkway that leads into it
with brick.
with brick because it lasts longer than the sloped concrete that they had.
Yeah.
And they had to redo it anyway because after we had that massive rain a couple of years back, it flooded the whole entrance and you couldn't get in or out. The drains just couldn't handle it. And so that is one of the things they're doing is putting in a drain with a pump switch in case that happens again.
Yeah.
But they are switching the walkway, which over the years has just gotten cracked and old because of how old Toontown is. They're laying all new brick walkway heading down into it.
Yep. And the small path leading to Toontown, I'll be happy when they replace that because it's cracked.
Yeah, well, it looks like the rest of it used to.
Yep.
We live in an area with earthquakes, so the ground cracks.
Yep.
And, you know,
That's life in California.
Yeah.
You know, the two big things: wildfires and earthquakes.
oh, and massive heat waves, which the rest of us call summer.
Yeah. There's a heat wave coming to California. You mean summer?
Chaw.
Ah.
But no, when we go after we get our passes, we'll be able to park hop again. And so until he can figure out how to go live from the park, we will just start taking pictures and
Unfortunately, I can't do pictures. I can only download video.
okay, then shoot some video
Yeah, and transfer it to the computer.
and put it up the next day.
Yep.
There you go.
Put it up the next day. like,
Hey, after a while, we will get used to being out in the sun all day and walking and being out like that again. And it won't make you feel like you've been run over by a truck and make me feel like I bashed my head into a wall.
Yeah.
I get a headache, you get run down, it's not pretty.
It's one of those, you try to do what? You realize you're 50 years old.
Cha.
Cha.
We ain't young anymore. And we are just now realizing that.
It took a year of not being able to go, over a year of not being able to go to Disney.
For our bodies to realize just how old they were.
You know, and then starting to go back to Disney, trying to do the hours for my body to realize, you know what, you're not as young as you used to be. You know, before the shutdown, an 8 to midnight shift,
Was
The
nothing
next-
to us.
the next morning, my legs might be a little tired, but I was fine.
I was a little tired. I had some extra coffee. I was fine. I could still go places and do things. Oh, no, a day and a half before I'm trying to go anywhere again. And I need to sleep.
Yeah, you need to sleep. You know what? We didn't get home till 1 o'clock in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
Saturday morning. Okay, we woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, Friday morning, and we were on the road by 4:33, and we reached Denny's there across the street from Disneyland at 5:53.
Mhm.
You know, sat down, we had breakfast, everything else like that. I got our stuff for Rise of the Resistance, got our boarding pass, and you know, then we went about our day and we parked and everything else like that. And you know, the walk to the Esplanade via the tram route, you know, everybody is uppity. They're playing up music, pump you up, get you ready for the day. You know, and so people are moving at a decent speed.
Mhm.
Those who aren't, I'm passing on the side.
Yes.
You know, we left a little early. We left Disneyland a little early.
15 minutes.
Yeah, we left 15 minutes early before they close. It's like
We had ridden everything and a couple of things twice. We'd ridden everything we'd wanted to and hit a couple of things twice. Okay. So, you know, and because we're not used to them being open till 11 yet, we were tired. We wanted to go home.
I was yawning,
Yes.
you know, which is something I don't normally do, even on an 8 to midnight shift, waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning for an 8 to midnight shift. I'm not yawning at 10:30 at night. You know, I'm ready to do more. You know, this is like, let's hit Big Thunder at 10:30 at night. Let's run over and hit Space Mountain at 10:30. You know, after Big Thunder, let's hit Fantasyland. You know, start to wind down our day. This is like, and then we get through Fantasyland within an hour. You know, and it's like, okay, it's 11:30. Now, what do you want to hit? You know, but you're talking the carts, the coffee carts, and the restaurants are shutting down at 9 o'clock at night. And it's just like, come on, Disney. Really? You know, I've already seen complaints from people saying you're shutting everything down at 9 o'clock at night and you're still open for 2 hours. What about those of us who want to eat? You know, what about those of us who want to get something to drink, who don't want to have to go and get Starbucks coffee? You know, we'd rather get a coffee cocoa. You know, me, I do a bottle of regular soda. You know, I found a couple things out. I need to keep an eye on my sugar level. You know, because I think my sugar level is starting to drop. We stepped out for a cigarette after dinner. You know, and I had Coke Zero with dinner. But, you know, it was cooling down, and I was sweating profusely. And in fact, everything was to the point where I sat down on the hot concrete. I don't sit down when I'm smoking a cigarette unless it's on a bench over there by the buses. And even then, I usually didn't sit down. I was standing up next to my wife, talking to her as we're smoking. You know, but, we bought a regular Pepsi from a guy who was selling them, and I felt better. You know, and we hit the coffee cart there in Fantasyland before the fireworks started, so before they closed, and I got a regular Coke, you know, which is unlike me. I'm not, I don't drink regular soda. Pepsi Max.
Coke Zero.
Coke Zero.
You know.
But I needed sugar because
he'd been sweating all day. And that's not, you know. And because even our Propel is a zero.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the only thing you're not putting back that you're sweating out is the sugar.
Exactly. You know, so no crowds. Really. No crowds. Friday the 13th, the best day to go. You know, even pre-COVID, Friday the 13th was the best day to go.
It always has been.
You know, go on a Friday the 13th and, you know, you'll 45-minute wait for Space Mountain on Friday the 13th, pre-COVID. 15-minute wait for Big Thunder Mountain.
Yeah, they weren't even that much this time.
Peter Pan, 40-minute wait.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-COVID, when you have all us annual pass holders that people complained about, you know, Disney wasn't complaining.
No.
They wanted
want our money.
They wanted a chance to overhaul everything, so they did.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Now, the rest of the YouTubers are saying Disney did it early. We're saying Disney did it right on time.
I've been saying to anybody who would listen all along, we would get it by September 1st at the latest. So I was not surprised at all when they said
August
they would
25th.
do it the end of August.
Yeah. And the reason why is, okay, Disney still thinks about the bottom line. That's the reason why there's a payment program.
Yes.
Because you do the monthly payments that it's guaranteed income. My guess is that if you do the monthly payments and then you try to cancel, tell your bank no longer pay them.
Oh, no, you have to. It is in your contract. It has always been that when you go ahead and agree to make the monthly payments, you agree to pay for the full year. If you try to cancel out, you are expected to pay the remainder right then and there.
Yep. It's the reason why we always renewed. You know, with the monthly payment, we'd go down there and renew and put,
We get our 2 weeks back that we hadn't been getting these last couple of years.
Yeah, no doubt. Our anniversary.
Yay!
On our anniversary, we'll be able to go.
Yes.
You know, we haven't been able to do that.
So the minute that date becomes available, yes, I'm booking that date.
Yep. We want to go on our anniversary. That's been our thing.
Yes.
Now, mind you, for 2 years we weren't able to go on our anniversary because it was blocked out. So we had to wait
Mm-hmm.
and then go and pick up our anniversary buttons and say we're celebrating our, because we'd celebrate our anniversary there.
Oh yes, that's where we honeymooned. That is where we like to spend our anniversary.
Yeah, I'm still surprised that my daughter wasn't conceived there on our honeymoon.
We love you, sweetie.
We tried.
Yes, tell the world we tried to conceive our daughter on the Skyway. That's nice, dear.
I didn't say on the Skyway, you did. I was thinking more along the lines of People Mover.
That too. Matterhorn.
Yeah, Matterhorn.
A few others.
Yeah, back at the hotel.
Yeah.
Because Disney closed at 6 at that time.
Yes. Okay, I think our daughter would like us to knock it off now. Wow, guys. Sorry. We will change the subject. So when does Haunted Mansion go down?
Haunted Mansion goes down.
Or did it go down yesterday?
I think it went down yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, it went down August 16th.
Okay.
It will not come back up until September 3rd.
That's fine. That's what I'm going. They're doing the
holiday layover.
yes with Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yep, the Nightmare Before Christmas holiday layover where Jack wrecks the halls.
Yes.
You know, and they've got to bring. You know, they're doing it justice with the gingerbread house.
Mhm.
They always do. I mean, they
Yes.
always try to outdo themselves.
Oh, I love the way that smells. It is a real gingerbread house, and you can smell it.
Yep.
Makes the whole ballroom smell like that. It is beautiful.
Yep. Known to go on it more than once a day.
Yes, just for the smells. Besides the smells, we like.
Cars Land's getting their usual Halloween makeover.
Yes.
That's the reason why the park hopping.
And they will be bringing back the Headless Horseman statue, which I'd like to get a picture of.
Yep.
So we went on Splash Mountain, front row, and I had my hair up like this, and I took it down on the way home. We had gone on it, what did we go? 3 o'clock, I think. Was it right around 3, right? Was it 2:30 or 3? Anyway, early in the afternoon. And so when I'm taking my hair down at 11:30 on the way home, it was still soaked right in the middle. Just because of how thick my hair is.
We got soaked.
Yes, we did. Ask me front or back. I'm taking front. Right in the front.
On a hot day like that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was hot.
On cooler days, we take the back.
Yes.
Because you don't get as wet.
Yeah.
If you get wet at all. It all depends on how much weight is in the front.
Yes. But, oh, it was nice. It felt good.
Yep. Cooled off. You know, it's very rare that I remain wet for longer than 5 minutes. But a half an hour after we got off the ride, we went and got ourselves something to drink
Mm-hmm.
over there at the Mint Julep Bar.
Mm-hmm.
And sitting down on the concrete, you know, I sat down in one particular place and felt the heat of the bricks.
And when he stood up, the bricks were wet.
Yeah, and
We got wet enough. You stayed wet, okay?
yeah, we got wet enough. I stayed wet. You know, and luckily I dried out.
Yes. It's all right.
Well, yeah. But no crowds. Friday the 13th is perfect. You know,
Yeah, even in the dead heat of the day, it was a 20-minute wait for Splash Mountain. And that was the hottest part of the day.
yep.
Yeah, you gotta love those low crowds.
Yep, and what people are thinking is they're waiting for the passes to hit, and then the parks are going to go back to normal crowding.
No,
Well,
we're not at full capacity. You cannot allow full capacity in when you're not fully staffed.
nope. Even David at Fresh Bake says that.
Yeah.
They're not at full capacity. What you think is a crowded day is maybe 40%. We've seen the park at full capacity. We've seen them close the gates.
Yes.
And not let anybody else in. We've seen them stop selling tickets.
I have seen sardine can days, yes. I've seen New Year's Eve. I've seen 4th of July, the 24-hour day. We have seen days like that. And believe me, this is nowhere near the capacity that the park can hold.
Nope. The 24-hour day back on May 22nd, 2015.
Mm-hmm. When almost every ride was at least 2-hour wait.
Yeah, and you had a 30-minute wait for the women's bathroom.
Yeah. Okay, that is full capacity, folks. For the most part, Disney never actually reaches full capacity.
Yeah, we've seen them reach full capacity on 4th of July a couple times.
Yes.
Because we like to go on 4th.
Yeah.
We've seen them reach capacity a couple times. Of all the times we've gone on the 4th of July, we've seen them reach capacity a couple times. Check my phone, go into Facebook, and the post is right there. Disneyland reaches capacity, they shut the gates. And I was like, okay, Disney's at capacity. That's the reason why the ride times are so bloody long.
I don't care. I've seen it on the New Year's Eve we went last. Oh, we were at capacity till about 10 o'clock at night. And that's about the time everybody went, okay, I'm done, and went home.
Yeah.
Most of them did not make it till midnight. Anything after, and they were open to 2 that day, because we were in Toontown at 1. I let them paint a clock on my face.
No, that was just 24-hour day.
Okay, then what did they paint on my face on that New Year's Eve? Because I know they were doing free face painting then too.
That was over in...
I forget what they put on there though. But yeah, certain days you can get free face painting.
Yeah. We went on New Year's Eve,
I've even got free Marvel face painting.
Once. We went on New Year's Eve once because we said we would never do it again because they did reach capacity. And even though a lot of people went home at 10 o'clock at night, over there by Small World, where they had a camera, it was a crowd.
Oh, yeah.
When the camera panned...
Well, that's because everybody crowded into the certain areas where the speakers were, because they purposely herded us to those areas right as the countdown for midnight started.
Yeah.
So that way they could actually get the shots, the full pan of the crowd shot. Yeah. And that's why they purposely herd you into those areas. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, the camera pans on the tallest guy there. And I'm jumping up and down like an idiot. Listening to the song Jump.
Because that was the year it came out, and we're
we're jumping up and down like a couple of idiots. And I've got my, back then I had a flip phone because we were with AT&T. And shortly after midnight, my phone rings. And it's my friend that says, "What are you doing on Telemundo?" And I said, "What do you think I'm at?"
And he goes, "You didn't take me?"
Yeah. So like, you didn't take me?
Nope.
No. It's like, nah, man, and the fireworks they shot off and everything else like that. It was totally and utterly awesome.
Yes, I think everybody should do it at least once.
Yep.
But your parents said they did a Knott's Berry Farm New Year's Eve once.
The family did a Knott's Berry Farm New Year's Eve once. I was outside on the mine train, and at midnight when they stopped the ride and watched fireworks.
Yeah, everybody should do at least one theme park New Year's Eve.
Yep.
Just to say you did. Because it's a unique experience.
Yeah, it's and depending on the park and everything else like that, it may be an experience you don't want to experience again.
It wasn't so bad. Or maybe I've just forgotten how bad it was.
You have forgotten how bad it was. You were not happy with the 45-minute wait for the women's bathroom, especially when you walked in over there by Village House and everybody was waiting in line for one side when you walked over to the other and said, hey, there's stalls over here.
But I've bypassed people to do that on any day.
Yeah, I know.
Just because nobody realizes that they don't. There's a giant sign, okay, like this big, that says bathrooms this way and this way, okay? Point both directions, and everybody wants to go to this side. And so the line heads straight out the door. I'll straight walk past those people and go in. I'm sorry, I'm willing to do it. It's just not, you know. If you are going to stand there and not go around to the other side where there's 12 open stalls.
There's 12 stalls on the other side?
Chaw.
Why?
Yeah, and nobody goes over there. Oh, but you have to walk past the smelly changing tables. I don't care. If it's that or hold it. Hold your nose, dude.
Yeah. The men, we have stalls and urinals. Not so many stalls, not so many urinals. You know, it's like they figure men can finish quicker. Okay, if we have to pee, we can pee standing up.
Yep.
You know, what went into... Oh, where were we?
I don't know. Or did you have to... Which land were we in? Because you said you had to wait. I forget which land we were in. But you said you had to wait. Even without it being crowded, you had to wait.
Yeah. You know.
So it must be one of those that only has a couple.
Well, I had the wheelchair with me. You know, so I have to wait for two urinals to open. One to park and they have to be right next to each other. One to park the wheelchair in front of, and the other one for me to use. You know, because I'm not going to leave the wheelchair out of my sight. Because usually her wallet's on it, the backpack's on it, or something.
Yeah.
You know, if the backpack's not on it, her wallet is on it. And I'm not going to leave her wallet unattended. You know.
Put the wallet on your wrist and pee with the other hand. I don't know what to tell you. Oh.
You know, so, but no, I had to wait until two stalls became available. It took all of maybe 3 minutes, you know, and my wife was done before I was done.
Yeah. So it's got to be one of the smaller bathrooms that only has.
Yeah.
Probably while we were over in Galaxy's Edge, over by the small bathrooms. That's why I like using the hidden bathrooms. Just because you can get in and out. Because nobody knows they're there.
Yeah, and in the bathroom underneath the Hungry Bear, one of the urinals was down.
Oh.
Covered in plastic, saying out of order.
Okay.
You know, it's like, okay. You know, and it's like, that's for maintenance to fix.
Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, you don't want to repair that in front of people, so...
No, they
do it on third shift.
They do it on third shift.
My allergies are acting up again.
Oh, well. No, we've seen crowded days. We've seen uncrowded days. Friday the 13th is not a crowded day.
Any day that it rains for more than 20 minutes is not a crowded day.
No, because people think they're going to melt. Those of us who are hardcore Disney fans will show up with a poncho and go anyway.
That's right. Poncho.
Yes, poncho.
I have plenty of Disney ponchos now because we forgot ours and it started to rain.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
For all of 5 minutes.
Okay, it had rained for 15 minutes before we got the ponchos.
Yes.
It kept raining 5 minutes after we bought them.
Yes. While we were still in the store.
Yeah.
Then it sprinkled a few sprinkles because we put them on when we headed out. It sprinkled a
And
few sprinkles, and
within
then
5 minutes, it was done.
I was getting the new press pennies
Yes,
inside of Humphreys.
yes. But we had bought the ponchos simply because we weren't sure how long it was going to last that morning. And sometimes when it rains in the morning, it'll keep doing it. It'll start back up at night and just drench you. And so at that point, at least we had ponchos on us in case it did.
Yep.
Speaking of rain, that's what it looks like it could do outside right now.
Well, that is a hazy cloud form.
Yeah.
You know, so there you have it. Yeah, what crowds?
None.
You know, our thoughts on from the way it was to the way it is now. You know, Disney needs more staff. Although their CFO says they should be fully staffed by the end of the year, which means they're still doing massive hiring events.
Yes, because they are nowhere near staffed like they need to be.
Nope. Our love of Disney runs deep.
Yes.
You know, it's like when we got married back in 1994. Yes, we've been married for almost 28 years. You know, I love my wife to pieces. I do. And, you know, we got married back in 1994, and we honeymooned at Disney, you know, for 3 days. And it was absolutely awesome, even though the park only opened from 9 to 6. You know, we hit.
And there was one park back then.
Yeah, there was just one park because California Adventure was a parking lot.
Yes, it was.
You know, and we hit every ride. And I mean every ride in the park that was open. Because Splash Mountain wasn't open because it was down for rehab. You know, and Toontown was brand new. So, you know, we just hit every ride. And the park wasn't crowded.
No.
You know, it wasn't as popular. They did most of their business on the weekends. So now, still hardcore Disney fans, you know, we're going to get our Dream Key on August 25th and set up our first trip for September 3rd.
Yes.
And, you know, take a day and try to relax on, because that's a Friday. We're going to take Saturday and relax. Don't know whether or not we will live stream that Saturday night.
You may just end up with pictures instead. Depends on
You may wind up with video from the parks instead.
how bad of a headache I have.
Yeah, how hot it is and everything else like that, and how run down I feel.
Yes.
So it's starting to get dark here in sunny Southern California because it is close. It is now 7:30.
And the sun is starting to set behind us.
Yep. So to you, we bid a good night. Thank you for watching. It's been a blast, and we will see you in about a week. I'm James. This is my wife, Rebecca.
Good
Thank
night.
you for watching Disney stuff.